Okay everyone, so to get started with our box, we're going to go ahead and start cutting our pieces of chipboard and paper. And this is one 12 by 12 piece of chipboard. Now this is the one that comes, like I said, in the color book set that comes from Joann's, where they have like several, oh what's that? I just noticed on the camera I see discoloration there. It comes with several of the, just brown cardstock, or chipboard should I say, natural, and some white and some black. The white and the black are just thick cardstock. They're not really chipboard. I don't even know why it says that, because they're very thin. But this is a lightweight chipboard. The one I showed you on the intro is this thicker chipboard that's an 8.5 by 11. Got from eBay a long time ago, and I think I've already done videos about that. But I went ahead and I'm just going to use the one piece. And with one piece of 12 by 12, you can make your whole box, so it's pretty good. It's so funny, I was gonna sit down, my son just fell asleep, I'm like, yes, I'm gonna get this video going, and I can't find my craft knife because my husband used it, and I guess he ran away with it, and I can't find it. So this is a new one that I've been holding on to that I need to use anyhow. So the EK Success retractable knife and blades. I haven't tried this yet, so I'm not even sure what I'm doing, but supposedly you can fill it without having to touch the blades. You put the new blade is on this side, and you're going to screw it on, and then when you're done, I guess you put it on this back side and you unscrew it, and then you never have to touch the blade itself, so it's a little more safe. So let me see. Hopefully what I'm saying is true. I don't know. I don't even know how to open the thing. It looks like it swivels back, but it's not doing it for me. There we go. Okay, so you have to open it up here. And you're going to take your assembly here, or your what do you call this? I don't know what you want to call it. I thought it would, okay, I see, that's the problem. Okay. See, it clicks open and clicks shut. So right now it's too far away from the thing, so I gotta click it to bring the assembly down here. And then I guess you can go in and screw it in. Hopefully it's clockwise, counterclockwise. I don't know what way you're supposed to screw this thing in. It looks like it's the other way. Let me mess with this for a few seconds and then I'll, oh, there it goes. I was gonna say, I don't want to waste your time. But here it goes. I screwed it in, and then you just bring it out. Oh, that's kind of scary. So there it is. And then you can retract it. It goes right back in. Okay, so after all of that, we'll see how it works. Okay, so what I did here on my 12 by 12 piece of paper is I wouldn't have written these numbers on here, but I just wanted to show you guys how you can cut it so that all the pieces you're gonna fit in here. The box itself is 5.5 by 6.5 inches, so 5.5 wide, 6.5 inch tall. So you can have plenty of room in there for your pictures that are like 4 by 6, right? Or recipe cards or anything else you want to store in it, that'd be great. So if you measure into your 12 by 12 piece, 6.5 inches in, and make a line like I have here, all you're gonna do from there is measure 5.5 inches and then another 5.5 inches. That's gonna be your box front and your box back. Okay, so 2 squares that are 5.5 by 6.5 inches, and you're gonna have this little piece extra, and you actually want to hold on to that. We'll show you what I'm gonna do with that later. You're gonna need it to measure with, and then you're gonna need one rectangle that's 5.5 by 3 inches. So what's kind of cool is that when you measure 6.5 inches over, you're gonna have this piece, and what's left is 5.5 inches wide anyway, and that's what you need because your box is, the dimensions kind of run around that. So you're gonna need a 5.5 inch by 3 inch piece, and you're gonna need 2 5.5 inch by 3.5 inch pieces. So I measured those out there. Okay, so just to make this smaller, I know it's kind of in the way there of the screen. And like I said, I don't usually make marks. I would just start cutting, but that's just kind of giving you an idea how you're gonna cut. So this is a We Are Memory Keepers magnetic mat, self-healing mat, and ruler. So it's kind of cool it's magnetic. Right now it's not doing the best job because of the thickness of the chipboard. And I'm gonna take my craft knife. Ooh, let's see. Yeah, this is really sharp. I can feel it. It's really getting into the mat. Okay, so with one cut, got that cut. It's not the thickest chipboard either, so. So now I'm gonna cut my 5.5 inch by 3 inch piece off. Okay, a little bit crooked there, but that's okay. And there are 2 pieces that are 5.5 by 3.5, right? I have to cut this other one again. I did it really way off the line there, but there they are. As you can see, one's a little bit different than the other one, so I'm going to trim those up. And now we need our two pieces that are 5.5 by 6.5 inches. And this doesn't take very long, as you can see. Just kind of, that's already cut. Oh, nope. One more. I wasn't pushing hard enough there. And here we go. There we go. Okay, so there are all our pieces. And if you're using two 8.5 inch pieces, you're just gonna have to come up with those numbers on your own. But basically, you're just gonna have to, you know, measure out kind of like I did, and you're just gonna need two pieces of chipboard. So there's that. Let's put this away so I don't cut myself. And for the inside, the next thing I'll be cutting are these pieces of the cardstock. And this is really simple. You're gonna need 3 pieces of cardstock, and all you're gonna do is cut them in half, like if you're making an A2, your standard size card. So I chose some craft paper, because I thought since I'm using Halloween paper, that would be the nicest, or it would look nice. So I'm gonna use 3 pieces of that. If you're using whatever you need to coordinate with your book. So I'm using those. And I'm gonna bring out my big guy, because I still haven't bought blade refills for my, just my regular trimmer. And we're gonna cut these at 5.5 inches. Okay, there we go. And sorry about that. So now you have 6 pieces of your cardstock here. And I'm gonna have to bring out, here we go. It's so funny, I like working at home because I have everything in front of me. It's all here, you know, and I keep thinking, okay, I need to stop, I need to pause and go grab this or go grab that, and I don't. It's all right here. So what you're gonna do with your pieces of cardstock, each piece, is you're gonna give it 2 score lines so that you can fold it. And if you can see that, okay, like on this back one is probably the best you can see. You're gonna fold in both sides, and it's gonna make like a pocket that way. So then this one layers on top of that one on top of that one, and so on. So here you go. And what I did is I'm gonna score it so that you have 5 inches in this middle part here. So anyway, sorry, to make that assembly, you're going to have to fold or score 1 3/4 inches in from each side, okay? Because 1 3/4 times 2 is 3.5, and then you have your 5-inch middle. So hopefully you can follow along with that. So 1 3/4 is right here. So on all of your pages, you're gonna just do that and just score it. Okay, and just go through and score all 6 of them at 1 3/4 from both edges. Okay, so I'm gonna do it to all my pages. When we come back, we'll make that assembly. So let's go ahead and put that aside. I'm just gonna keep my bone folder out that comes with it. And so now you're just gonna fold it however you'd like, if it's inwards, outwards, on those 1 3/4 inch marks. They're both gonna come in the same way. So it's like this little gatefold, but you have a spot in the middle, okay? On all of them. I probably should have done that off camera also. I'm so silly. Anyway, so here we go. And then what you're gonna do is you're going to tape them or glue them together. I used ATG on the first box I made there. I still haven't bought any ATG refills. Trying to see if I have a tape here that I can use. I'm doing this kind of fast, like I missed that one, but let's make sure that's 1 3/4. Sometimes you'll start folding them and then you're like, hey, that doesn't look quite right, because you probably, or like I do, didn't measure it quite right. You went to like 1.5 instead of 1 3/4 or whatever. So hopefully all these guys are okay. And let me see if I have my little red tape here somewhere. Sorry, I still have things packed from when I went to my mom's house. Okay, so if you have a tape runner, you can use that. Wet glue, however you'd like. But what you're gonna do with the wet glue is so that you can't control it, so when you squeeze it down, it might squeeze out into this area and you don't want it there, or you might squeeze out further, so you're not gonna have the same, you know, pocket openings. So this kind of glue is better for that. What I'm gonna do is right on the very edge, I'm sorry, I hit my camera. On both sides is just run your glue right down that edge, okay? So it's just here, you can see that. On both sides. And then you're gonna take one of your other little assemblies and you're gonna kind of hold it down with your fingers. Oh, let's get in the camera here. And the next one you want to, what I usually do is just line it up with one side, making sure the top and the bottom are straight, and then just let it come on over. And then you can bone fold that if you want, just to, you know, get that nice and down. And there you go. So there's your first pocket, if you can see that, okay? And then you're gonna have the openings the same on both sides. So here's the next one. Again, it's open. And we're just gonna continue to stack them till you get to the last one, okay? And then we're gonna put this aside because we need to actually cover our box and all that good stuff. So again, lay this one right on top, nice and even. And this is the piece that I told you I didn't quite fold it quite right, so I'm gonna fix that. When I was bone folding it, when I was reinforcing that, I reinforced it like 1/8 of an inch larger than it should be. Okay, so there it is. And continue doing that until you get to the last one, okay? Just continue stacking them up. Okay, here's my last one. And this last one is just gonna stack right on top, just like you've been doing. And I just kind of push that down. That was a little bit crooked also. Now I've already built in some fudge factor on this, let me tell you, because this assembly is going to be a little bit smaller than the inside of your box. As you can see, there's a lip here. So if this is a little bit off as far as, you know, when you stack them, some are sticking out just a little bit further or not, it's not gonna matter. They're not gonna stick out the side of the box, so you're good to go. And I like to do that with all my projects just because you never know. Things might shift around, I don't know. So your assembly's gonna look like this. Okay, so you have like complete pocket, a few of them, and then at the end you have these two flaps still sticking out. And we're gonna put that aside, so we're gonna use that later. Right now what we're gonna do is cut the paper for the inside of our box, and that we're gonna actually be using to wrap around your box, okay? So for this inner lining, all it is one piece of 12 by 12 cardstock, and you're just gonna cut it right in, well, not right in half, because you need it to be 5 inches wide. As you can see, this whole thing is 5.5 inches wide, so I left like 1/4 inch all around. So you need your page to be 5 inches wide by 12. So what I'm gonna do is pick a couple of pages. Actually, what I need to do is pick the paper I'm gonna be using anyway. So let's see here. I will choose, I really like this black, or this kind of cool, I think I'm going to use both of these papers. So it has the orange on the back and then also this like candelabra or chandelier paper for the outside of the wrap, the box. So I'm going to need maybe, I guess I can just go with black for the inside. Okay, so this one piece of paper, I'm going to cut it to 5 by 12. And then we'll start talking about how we need to cut the rest of the papers in the next section, okay?